Cavs are coming back from the All-Star break. What do we want to see from them? Well, some fans want to see them lose every single game. You know, get all those ping pong balls. Remember the way the NBA set up the lottery system now, the teams with the 3 worst records have the same chance of getting the #1 pick. And there's only a 1 percentage point even for the team that's #4. So I'm not hung up on the Cavs needing to lose every single game to get every ping pong ball and all that, as I want to see some of the players they have now improve and learn a little bit about winning and just begin to look like a basketball team. I want to see, first of all, how does Kevin Love play? Because whether you want to keep Kevin Love or trade Kevin Love, either way, you want Kevin Love to be able to stay on the floor and not, you know, have another concussion, which he had a couple of those in the past. The last injury was a toe injury. You know, he's had hamstrings, all kinds of stuff. So we need to see, can Love stay healthy? How does the team play with Love? Secondly, I want to see Larry Nance continue to improve. I think he is the one player on the team that's taken the biggest jump from where he was a year ago to now. Thirdly, Collin Sexton, another guy I want to see, you know, will he just learn to pass the ball better, find better shot selection. You know, he's had his rookie's ups and downs. Jordan-Clarkson, actually, I've seen a lot of Clarkson. I know what he could do. He's a scorer off the bench. Then you kind of look at, can they find somebody out of nowhere? They brought in this guy, Marquise Chris, from the Houston Rockets, who sort of like just a name to me because he was in the lottery a few years ago, supposedly a big disappointment in his first 3 years in the NBA. But here's the thing about Chris, he's only 21 years old. In the old days, you know, back when I was covering the NBA, they drafted guys at 21 and 22. You weren't drafting 18-year-olds. So sometimes these guys just mature a little later. Marquise Chris, I want to keep an eye on him. You know, lastly, just because I always liked him as a player, and I know he's a good person, Brandon Knight came in a trade with Houston. And, you know, Knight is coming off a terrible knee injury. And then he had an infection after that and everything. He's just starting to get back on the floor. But a few years ago, in fact, you go all the way back to the 2011 draft, you know, there was a real debate. Who was a better point guard, Kyrie Irving or Brandon Knight? I mean, Knight was the second. You know, there are some people thought the Cavs would be better off taking somebody else at the top of the draft, such as Derek Williams, and then waiting to take Knight later on. And Knight is obviously not as good as Irving, but he had some really good years. The only thing is he had a lot of injuries. So when the Cavs come back, the big thing we want to see is that they start to play like a team a little bit, that some of the younger players continue to get better. Keep an eye on whether it's Marquise Chris, Collin Sexton, Brandon Knight, you know, some guys besides the obvious of Kevin Love. And let's see if they can look like a basketball team at least some of the time.